Adequate notice of this meeting has been given in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act pursuant to the public laws of 1975. Said notice was advertised in the Asbury Park Press and the Beacon and was posted on the bulletin board showing the time and place in the meeting. Would the Boy Scouts like to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Yes, please.
Yes,
Come on, gentlemen.
Please rise.
Ready?
Start us off, please.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Would you guys like to leave now, go home and do some homework? Oh, wait, you have off from school tomorrow, don't you?
No.
No? Oh, you have homework then.
Thank you.
Thank you, have a
Thank
nice
you
night.
very much. Have a good night.
Yep, good night.
First reading of
Steve met with them
ordinance
before the meeting.
2020-07, amending Chapter 261 Parks.
I'm getting there. An ordinance of the Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, amending and supplementing Chapter 261 of the Township Code of the Township of Lacey entitled Parks. This is to change our fee for the summer camp program for our recreation center. It's $175 per child this year. That includes all of your T-shirts, your season registration, and the end of the year party. And this is basically due to the increases due to the minimum wage increases, and we have to offset that. First reading, can I have a motion, please?
Move it.
Second? Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mr. Juliano?
Yes.
Mayor Kennas.
Yes. Second reading of ordinance 2020-05.
Bless you.
Bless you.
amending
Thank you.
Chapter 309, towing and storage.
An ordinance of the Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, amending and supplementing Chapter 309 of the Township Code of the Township of Lacey entitled Towing and Storage. This is revamping the whole towing and storage list. We are limiting to the number of towing contractors. We are setting an application fee for background checks and approvals for those towing contractors and changing the rates for towing of vehicles when they're impounded by the police to be competitive with the other municipalities. Second reading, open the floor to public comments. Any public comments?
Seeing none, motion to close the floor.
Second.
Motion on the ordinance.
Move it.
Second.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Juliano?
Yes.
Mayor Kennas.
Yes. Second reading of ordinance 2020-06, authorizing the acquisition of an easement on block 1633.01, lot 1.
In order to the Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, authorizing the acquisition of an easement on portions of block 1633.01, lot 1 from Joseph Tate Jr. and Stephanie Ansley in accordance with NJSA 48:12-5A1. This is on the corner of Lake Barnegat Drive North and Haynes Street. This is the easements that we need to acquire in order to eventually install a traffic light there. This is second reading. Open the floor to public comment. Any public comments?
Seeing none, motion to close the floor.
Second.
Motion on the ordinance.
You have somebody.
Public comments on this ordinance?
Only on this ordinance, correct, not public comments in general yet. Okay, motion on the ordinance?
Move it.
Second?
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Juliano?
Yes.
Mayor Kennas.
Yes. Resolution 2020-79, supporting the county's natural land trust acquisition of block 3500, lots 2.11 and 2.13.
Resolution to Township of Lacey County, Ocean State of New Jersey, supporting the acquisition of properties identified on Addendum A by the Ocean County Natural Lands Trust. This is for, it's a 156-acre tract. It's owned by Lacey Holdings and Ocean View Acres. It's block 3500, lot 2.11 and 2.13. The county has been working with them for some while now. It's a potential, has the potential to support the larger Forked River Mountain area and provide appropriate public access for the passive recreation opportunities along that area. Motion?
Move it. Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mr. Juliano?
Yes.
Mayor Kennas.
Yes. Resolution 2020-81, authorizing the filing of an application for the CDBG. Or did I skip one?
You skipped one.
Okay.
80, Resolution 2020-80, agreeing to compliance with civil rights for the CDBG program grant.
Resolution of Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, agreeing to compliance with civil rights regulations in regard to the Community Development Block Grant Funding Projects. This is just a resolution, a companion resolution that we need to do for the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development when we apply for CDBG funding. Motion?
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Juliano?
Yes.
Mayor Kennas.
Yes. Resolution 2020-81, authorizing the filing of an application for the CDBG.
Resolution to Township of Lacey County, Ocean State of New Jersey, authorizing the filing of an application with the Ocean County Community Development Block Grant Committee for various projects. The only projects that we qualify for, because it's based on census tracts, and we don't have the designated target neighborhoods any longer to get money for paving. So we are doing housing rehabilitation, and those would be for income-qualified housing for energy-efficient improvements such as doors, windows, boilers, and those type of items.
Nice.
Move
Second.
Mr. McDonald? Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Don't mock me.
Mr. Juliano?
it. Yes.
Mayor Kennas.
Yes. Resolution 2020-82, authorizing a leave of absence for Douglas Donahue.
Resolution to Township of Lacey County, Ocean State of New Jersey, authorizing leave of absence for Douglas Donahue in accordance with the Family Medical Leave Act.
Move it.
Second.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mr. Juliano?
Yes.
Mayor Kennas.
Yes. Resolution 2020-83, authorizing a leave of absence for Anthony Morial.
Resolution to Township of Lacey County, Ocean State of New Jersey, authorizing a leave of absence for Anthony Moriali under the Family Medical Leave Act.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Juliano?
Yes.
Mayor Kennas.
Yes. Resolution 2020-84, canceling old outstanding municipal court checks.
Resolution to Township of Lacey County, Ocean State of New Jersey, authorizing the cancellation of old outstanding checks from the Lacey Township Municipal Court account, the regular account. The total amount we're canceling is $4.
Move it. Move it. Second.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mr. Juliano?
Yes.
Mayor Kennas.
Yes. Resolution 2020-85, authorizing the cancellation of a tax title lien.
Resolution of Township of Lacey County, Ocean State of New Jersey, authorizing the cancellation of a tax title lien number 2020-0056 on Block 351, Lot 47. It was issued in error, and the homeowner had filed bankruptcy prior to the tax sale, so we had to remove the lien.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Juliano?
Yes.
Mayor Kennas.
Yes. Resolution 2020-86, authorizing the cancellation of the taxes for disabled veteran exemption.
Resolution to Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, authorizing the tax collector to cancel 2020 taxes due on a property granted the 100% disabled veterans exemption and refund the resulting credit balance on Block 1634.11, Lot 15.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Juliano?
Yes.
Mayor Kennas.
Yes. Resolution 2020-87, authorizing the refund of deposits.
Resolution to Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, authorizing the refund of deposits held for the use of municipal facilities.
Move it. Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mr. Juliano?
Yes.
Mayor Kennas.
Yes. Resolution 2020-88, authorizing the payment of township bills.
Resolution to Township of Lacey County, Ocean State of New Jersey, authorizing the payment of township bills in the amount of $10,362,675.91. We're paying the county taxes, we're paying our JIF installment, and we're paying school taxes.
Move it. Second.
Mr. McDonald,
Yes.
do you have abstentions there, sir?
Oh, I do
Yes,
have.
I do have
I do.
abstentions.
I do have abstentions on V0400 and U4998.
Mr. Curatolo, and I have your list. Oh, can I have that to borrow for Pete? Just
I
give
need
it,
that back. It's got my
give that
talking
down to
points.
Pete.
My talking points on that.
He just needs that back.
Would you vote white?
Vote yes with noted abstentions. O0974, T0035, and U4998.
Okay. Mr. Dykoff,
Yes.
Mr. Juliano,
Yes.
and Mayor Kennas.
Yes.
I'm going to pass this back down.
Monthly reports.
Alrighty. For the month of January 2020, the Department of Community Development collected receipts in the amount of $72,926. For the month of December, municipal court collected receipts in the amount of $15,024.04. Recycling commodity for the month of January was in the amount of $737. Truck parking is $627. And road opening permits in the amount of $21,645. And municipal clerk's receipts for the month of January were $20,446.37. Motion to accept the reports is read.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Motion to approve township meeting minutes of January 23rd, 2020.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Motion to approve caucus meeting minutes of January 23rd, 2020.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to approve raffle license application for Ducks Unlimited and the Women's Club of Lacey.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
I have one add-on resolution. What? Did you say figures? All right, it's Resolution 89, it's a resolution Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, appointing Francesco Bruno as a Class 3 Special Law Enforcement Officer. He was our substitute. The schools lost one of their own security guards, and they want to go on and add a fourth one that the school will be reimbursing us for. So it's no additional cost to us. I just have to do the formal resolution appointing him as a regular Class 3.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Juliano?
Yes.
And Mayor Kennas.
Yes.
All right, that's all I have to add on this evening.
Comments from the committee, Deputy Mayor Kuratolo.
Thank you, Mayor. Be brief this evening. I attended a Solid Waste Advisory Committee meeting along with our good colleague to my left, Committeeman Giuliano. I'm sure he'll mention it as well. Couple things. We have had really no complaints that I can report to anybody here or in the audience on TV with our current contractor. That said, and we have a generous pickup schedule. Trash picked up twice, recycle picked up once. As a resident here, I appreciate it. I've thrown large items out in the past. You call ahead, you make an appointment to pick up, that's good. Where things get jammed up and there's a bottleneck is when people come into town and they might be flipping a property or there might be a whole house clean out. The Department of Public Works, the Meadowbrook Industries, our contractor, they can't pick up a whole house clean out. It'll fill up the truck, like I said, it jams up the works and it'll delay everyone else's pickup. If you have a pickup that's large, out of the ordinary, and it can't go in trash, it can't go in commingled, please call 693-1100, ask for DPW, there's a prompt on the phone, somebody will be there. You will get service, but if you're going to do a whole house clean out, the township's going to require that you have to rent a small 5 or 10 yard or maybe a 20-yard trailer. So moving forward, let's just keep that in mind. I'd like to remind people it's our 150th anniversary next year. We have committees together. Please call 693-1100, ask for me, call me on my cell phone, call Committeeman McDonald, please call Veronica. We have openings. We want it to be, it's our town. We want it to come from you. We want this celebration to be organic, have something planned for every age group and our veterans every month of 2021. Let's see here. Money. I was at a meeting, one of the freeholders was present, probably about 10 days ago, up in Toms River. So the town, not the township, the county tax rate is going down 0.5 cent. That's good news. That's a portion of our property tax as a whole, albeit a smaller portion. The services from the county will not be reduced. What does that mean for all of us here who pay our property taxes here in this town? We have an open and transparent budget process. The department heads, several of them, have come in right up to that microphone the last few Thursdays, made a budget proposal. We go over it here internally. We make choices as we're allowed. We keep our AAA rating. We keep our credit up, and that enables us to borrow money at a better rate than other townships. So we'll have a total number on that budget on April 9th, Thursday. And I'll close with Happy Valentine's Day. I hope, don't forget your significant other. The doghouse is cold. It's February. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Pete. Committeeman Giuliano.
Thank you, Mayor. Last Monday, I had the honor to attend the Lacey Township boys ice hockey game in Toms River. They were honoring Eric Sabinski. Is that how that's pronounced? I think so, yeah. Sabinski, right? And he's a senior at Lacey High School. It was an absolute pleasure to see how both boys from Lacey and Central who were playing the ice hockey showed and poured respect to and humanity. It was great to see the wonderfulness of all the people, how they did it with Eric. It was really it was a great thing to see. Other than that, Mayor, I really don't have anything. I know it's a busy time. We're working on the budgets as that goes on, so we're working hard on that to do the best we possibly can with that. As the Committeeman Curtitola said, he spoke on the solid waste. I think he touched on it pretty heavy. We really got to start, and I stem on that. The calendar tells you everything really of how it goes. The calendar was mailed to you. Did everybody get that calendar out here, right? It tells you everything. It's pretty self-explanatory what's recycled, where, how, and how it's done. So even the people out there, I'm sure they got it. Other than that, Mayor, thank you very much, and everybody have a fabulous and great Valentine's Day. And I did wear a tie for Valentine's Day. See that, Veronica?
Perfect, I love it.
Tell Peggy she did a good job.
She did a good job. That's right. She did a great job of dressing me. You're right.
Councilman Dykoff.
Thank you, Mayor. Last Monday, last Wednesday, several of us attended an open house in Waretown, and it was put on by Ørsted, and this is the organization that's hopefully building an offshore wind farm outside of Atlantic City. And the best part of this is when they come ashore, they'll be hooking into the power lines behind Oyster Creek Nuclear Generating Station. Those power lines are not owned by Oyster Creek, they're owned by JCP&L, so let's not get that confused. This can only bode well for Lacey and some of the revenue that we have now. I know many people are concerned, but in reference to their concern about losing revenue from the power plant, we are diligently working with the state of New Jersey and Holtec to ensure that that revenue stream maintains, and it comes from several sources. But the most interesting part, I thought it was pretty interesting, I've attended open houses for most of the time I've been on the committee, which was about 14 years. And most of them were for the operators of Oyster Creek. And this is the first one where people were smiling. They're normally not smiling when we go to the open houses for the nuclear power plant. So I thought that was pretty good. And of course, happy Valentine's Day. I'm doing a very interesting thing with my wife tomorrow night. We're going to White Castle. I'll let you know how it is. They decorate. We pass by it every year, and I can't tell you, we've tried to get reservations before, and it's all booked up. Now, I don't eat White Castle very often, normally on the way home from a concert, 2 in the morning. So I don't know how well it'll go over, but I will keep you updated at my next township meeting. Thank you very
Talk
much.
about your Valentine's Day, too.
You're a big spender, aren't you?
Big spender.
McDonald.
I make the big bucks.
Okay.
Super size.
Super size.
First, I just want to, I read it in, I guess, either last night or early this morning. The Lacey High School swim team won the state championship. I'd like to send my congratulations out to them. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day, and our police are having coffee next door at the Wawa from 6 to 9, I believe. The first 100 people through the door get a heart-shaped Valentine's donut. So you can get there, and that's all free. So Wawa's donating the coffee and all this good stuff.
Excuse me, what time is that again?
6 to 9.
6 in the morning.
6 to
For
10?
my wife, Valentine's Day.
You gotta get,
I'll be there 2 minutes before you.
yeah.
You're getting line, there's a line forming already.
Mr. Connors is there awful early in the morning, you're gonna get 2 or 3. Mr. Curtitola mentioned the 150th birthday. We're working diligently on that. We need volunteers. Whatever your skills are, even if you just want to just help, we'll find a place for you, so come on out. Mayor Kennis and I and Mr. Dykoff, Committeeman Dykoff, also attended the Ørsted meeting, and they're years away. They haven't even started the permitting process yet, and they haven't even figured out where they're going to bring that cable in, whether it's going to come across Finninger's Farm or down in the Waretown area. Finninger's Farm poses some problems if there's peat moss. If it's peat moss on that farm, they can't bring it in because the peat moss heats those cables up. So it's a bad situation for that. Mr. Giuliano, myself, and Mayor Kennis also attended the Lacey hockey for Eric's. I'm not even going to try this last name, but Committeeman Giuliano didn't mention this was a special kid who has cerebral palsy, He plays on a team up in Brick for disabled kids. He's been the team manager for Lacey for 4 years. It was senior night. They brought him out. They made arrangements with Central Regional to score a goal. Lo and behold, the kid goes out there and gets a hat trick. So he picked up 2 more goals. So, and the place was jam-packed, and it was just amazing. It was incredible. I want to wish everybody a happy Valentine's Day, and yes, I got tickets to the planetarium up at Ocean County Community College they got a romantic star night thing going, so tomorrow night.
Topped you guys off.
Yeah, so you guys, you go to White Castle, I'm gonna go. Yeah. All right, that's all I have there.
Thank you, Tim. I'm going to echo some of the comments that everybody up here, going last, you always want to repeating, but I did attend the hockey game, Lacey versus Central, for Eric Ziklinski, and I do just want to make note of the sportsmanship shown by Central Regional especially. They really went out of the way to make Eric feel at home, I guess. Committeeman McDonald and myself and Veronica had a meeting at the county to go over the radio upgrades that are eventually going to be pushed to Lacey Township as the FCC is making everybody abandon 500 megahertz line.
Correct.
So eventually we have to do upgrades, and it's important. One of the things that people don't realize is you have to gather as much information at this level as you can, because the cost of the upgrade to upgrade all the emergency services in the police station is a lot of money, hundreds of thousands, if not millions. Yeah, it's a lot of money. So we went up there to try and get, since the county already did their upgrade, we were just trying to get a handle on can we piecemeal it, or at least slow, do the bare minimum each year to sort of get to the 700 megahertz. And I did also attend the Orsted meeting. I'm skeptical that'll be built. It's great for Lacey Township if it does ever come this way, and it's a huge benefit to Lacey that we do have the power plant and the infrastructure there, because the infrastructure has a very big dollar value to it. But I think it is a very long time before the windmills will ever get built due to the permitting that not Lacey, in the state of New Jersey. It takes a very, very, very long time to get the permits in place in order to build anything, let alone windmills. So, those are my comments, and now I'll open it up to the public. Does the public have any questions, comments?
My name is Jason Buto. I live on 2115 Lacey Road. I'm part of a Second Amendment advocacy group. Basically, I was here a couple months ago asking for the township to basically sign a resolution supporting Second Amendment rights and opposing any further firearms laws, because Trenton's not listening to us. As it stands right now, we have 24 towns that have signed the resolution and 3 counties, Berkeley Township being one of them. I'm asking you to do the same. We're having a very hard time. Trenton is trampling on our Second Amendment rights. We're not being heard. They're not listening to us. They're laughing us out the door, and we need support from our local government. I have a copy of the resolution here. I know that a bunch of resolutions have been mailed in. I have a group of guys and girls behind me that are all here for the same thing, and we need your support.
Mayor, man.
Go ahead.
The last time you were here, which raised my eyebrows, I was sitting at the mayor's time.
Yes.
You had talked about a sanctuary. Now, now you're not mentioning that tonight, so have you guys moved off of that, or have you changed the direction on this?
Let me explain where we're at. Our group is called Ocean County Second Amendment Sanctuary. Our resolution has nothing to do with sanctuary. It was a name that was picked, and that's what we went with, not realizing about the other sanctuary.
Okay.
Now, the difference between the two is the other sanctuary aids and abets illegal activity.
Correct.
This sanctuary supports a constitutional right. So we can't really use sanctuary as a problem, or we'll have to get rid of bird sanctuaries. I mean, that's pretty much where we're at right now. So, I mean, there's nothing that has anything to do with sanctuary on this resolution. That is not what it's about. Basically, what it pertains to, I mean, we did think about changing the name of the group.
Okay.
We're pretty deep into it now.
Right.
We may, but this resolution has nothing to do with sanctuary. We're asking you to, I mean, I have a copy here I can show you. You might have already seen them. They've been mailed to you.
Yes, they have
Yeah,
copies of it. I
so-
think you gave one out to us the last time you were
I
here,
gave one
too.
to you from
Another
West,
town.
but that was a copy from West Milford.
Correct.
I have one that was made up from our group.
Right.
That other towns have adopted. They've also, some towns have modified it to the way that they want it written.
Okay.
You know, it's just basically just something that we came up with
Right.
to introduce what we're kind of looking for.
Okay.
Basically, we understand that we're not exempt from laws.
Right.
That's not what this is about.
Okay.
This is about support for the Second Amendment, support for Second Amendment law-abiding citizens, and, you know, you basically saying that these laws are becoming unjust. I mean, the extreme risk protection order, the red flag laws is the
Right.
slang term for it. I mean, they're pretty much,
Yeah, so, all right, so since the last time we were here, we have a new attorney, so I don't think he had a chance to go over it,
Okay.
so give us.
You have a blank copy?
I have a blank copy for you tonight.
Yeah, I have a copy of what I think you might have seen.
I sent it last time, but if I can give it to you
Yeah, I
if you
think-
want to look
Yeah,
at it.
and committee member McDonald had circulated it, so we have it.
This is the new one.
Oh, okay.
This is not the one that I turned in last time.
Okay.
That's the one that's been getting mailed in. Well, we revised it
Right,
because
no, I-
we realized
Right.
it wasn't, I mean, West Milford started this.
Yeah, this is the one I have.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, they were mailed to you.
Okay.
But West Milford started this and it's pretty much exploded from there.
We'll take a look at it and make a
Give us one
decision.
more meeting.
What's that?
Give us another meeting.
Give us another meeting.
I appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other? Yeah, Aaron.
Barry Bender, Historic Bay Avenue. Just heard something on the news this morning. I don't know if you guys, supposedly it's old news. The Attorney General for the state of New York is putting a hold on the sale of Indian Point to Holtec. Have you guys heard
He
anything?
filed a lawsuit.
He filed a
Filed a
lawsuit.
lawsuit. I don't know if it stopped the sale.
Yeah.
I did read about that. Yes, he filed a
Any-
lawsuit.
Do you guys hear any, like, I just heard it
He
real
just
quick. I
filed
was
a
listening on the
lawsuit, I
radio.
want to say, I read it Wednesday, so possibly Tuesday.
Well, the Holtec closed, so.
Yeah.
I mean,
On ours, yeah, so
Right.
it has no impact, but
That has
how
no
does that,
impact,
how does
but-
that affect
But Indian,
overall?
I want to say that he filed, I read it on Wednesday, so I'm assuming he filed it on Tuesday.
Do you know anything about what they're pushing on?
They're concerned about the same thing everybody's concerned about.
Lack
Those
of
whole tax
experience.
have the experience, is there enough money there, et
Right.
cetera, et cetera.
Gotcha. Okay, just wondered if you guys heard more than I heard, because I heard it real quick on the radio
Yeah.
driving this morning. Thanks very much.
Anything else from the public?
Seeing none, motion to close the floor.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion?
To go into executive session. Resolution of Township of Lacey County, Ocean State of New Jersey, authorizing the convening of executive session in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act. Motion.
Move it.
Second,
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mr. Juliano?
Yes.
Mayor Kennas.
Yes.
Motion to adjourn, please.
Move it.
Second.
Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
No further business.
That's correct.
All right.